in tonight's contest. 135-118. Lakers take the first of 4 as they win the Battle of LA. The Clippers fall in this one, and they'll see the Lakers next on December 20th for a 7:30 tip. For Carlo Jimenez, Big Brother Jake Warner, Joey Kilmar, statistician, Adam Oslin back in the studio with Daniel West. We will talk to you on Friday, 6 o'clock pregame, 7 o'clock tip. The Clippers will see the Memphis Grizzlies to close out NBA Cup action. Thanks for hanging out with us, and talk to you in a couple. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And we'll see you in a moment. Clippers and the Lakers. Round 1 to the Lakers, 135-118.
Well, it was a 3-point game at the half at Crypto. Ends with a Lakers 135-118 victory over your Los Angeles Clippers. Welcome into your postgame show. I'm Adam Oslin. Coming up, we'll get the second half highlights, your postgame box score, and take your calls on AM 570 LA Sports. But first, we are rejoined by your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Well, Carlo, we wondered who would cool off first from the outside. It was the Clippers. And then there were turnovers, miscues with offensive rebounds, and extra possessions going the Lakers' way. And the Clippers' defense just was not good enough down the stretch of this ballgame.
No, and credit the Lakers for continuing to hit shots. Bottom 5 in the NBA in three-point percentage, and they shoot 48% from 3 in this one, and big shots at that. Austin Reeves, 19 fourth-quarter points. Felt like he was the difference to keep their run going when Doncic went to the bench. And this Clipper team, with some adjustments. I mean, Brook Lopez did not play today. He was out of the rotation completely. Kobe Brown gave them great minutes. Kobe Sanders was good defensively. But the Clippers just didn't have enough rotations defensively, and then couldn't rebound the ball well enough. It just felt like, Adam, they couldn't guard the Lakers on the perimeter. They got into the paint too easy, and that broke up the defense.
Yeah, their downhill attack down the stretch of this ball game, too good for the Clippers. Rotations were missed. Shots were made on the outside off of those missed rotations by the Clippers. And this Lakers team with Luka Doncic, who ended up in that first quarter with a 24 spot, and yet somehow the Clippers were still leading by 1. But that hot shooting eventually cooled off. And Kawhi Leonard, in just his second game back, he ended up at 27 minutes with just 19 points on 6 of 14 shooting. Still hasn't looked quite right, understandably, just game 2 back after the ankle and foot injury.
Yeah, and he's still trying to find a rhythm. Seems like the minutes restriction is at 27 minutes because that's what he's stopped at today after looking like he could go the rest of the way. Ty Lue taking him out of the ball game. For this Clipper team, I mean, I thought, Adam, you pointed it out early, but Ivica Zubac's just 10 points. Maybe they could have got him the ball a little bit more. But there's some highlights here in the fact that John Collins had a good game. I mean, he had 18 points. His season high was 19. And then Chris Dunn, maybe his best offensive performance of the season with 19 points. And usually, Adam, if you got 18 from Collins and 19 from Dunn, you're going to feel good most nights. But then a 43-point near triple-double for Luka Doncic on the other side. And as you mentioned, Kawhi and Harden just kind of slowing down and fading in the second half hurt the Clippers.
Yeah, Austin Reeves also, especially down the stretch in that fourth quarter, the Clippers had major issues guarding him where he had just 13 points entering the fourth. He ends up with 31 in the ball game and 11 of 16 shooting, plus 9 boards. And you can't get beat on the boards like the Clippers have been to start this season. And teams know that. They've scouted that. They know the Clippers' weaknesses, and they've been exploiting them over and over again. And we saw it as the game went along from this Lakers ball club, who would go on to win 135-118 over the Clippers at Crypto. The 7-game road trip is over for your Los Angeles Clippers. They head back home to Intuit Dome on Friday night. Tip off against the Memphis Grizzlies in another NBA Cup, Emirates Cup ball game. That'll be at 7. We'll have a pregame show at 6, Clippers and Grizzlies. Carlo Jimenez, great call. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. Save me some green bean casserole. That's my favorite. If you could bring me that to Intuit Dome on Friday, I'd be forever grateful.
I'll work on that, Adam. Adam, I'm thankful for you.
I'll take that.
Yeah, so thank you for being you. Appreciate it. On to the next. I get to see you. Do I get to see you on Friday?
Don't be too thankful for me yet. We'll be really thankful on Saturday night for me. I'll see you then, my friend.
All right, I'll see you then.
Clippers fall at Crypto, 135-118 to the Los Angeles Lakers. And they are 5-13 on the season. Coming up next, your post-game box score. I'm Adam Moslin, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
As the season gets underway, some of the
I don't know what y'all want me to say.
Hey, Clipper Talk, what's your name? Where you calling from?
How things might play out. We can hardly
Lakers are the better ball club. They have
Hey,
Luka.
Clipper Talk, what's your name? Where you calling from?
They also give you round the clock.
Lakers have
David,
Luka. Clippers don't. Kawhi had an off night. They didn't get enough from Ivica Zubac. They didn't go to him enough. Too many offensive rebounds given up. Too many turnovers at bad times. Inopportune times.
To finish first, they'll have to put the pedal to the metal.
Oh,
Capture the
oh,
cup.
no worries, Daniel.
Well, let's see what happens on the court.
Yeah, no worries.
Inwood's NBA Cup replay continues every Friday on Prime.
All right, sounds good. Jose. Hang tight, man.
Between you and your best self is a star.
Clippers lose at crypto to the Lakers in round one of the Battle of Los Angeles here in the 2025-2026 season. 135-118 was your final. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Moslin. Coming up, we will have Clippers talk for you if you want to get on early, as some have. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Clippers ended up shooting 52% from the field. 13 of 35 from the outside is 37%. The problem was, and really it was better than the 45% they technically shot in this ball game from three for the Lakers, because they missed some late. Yeah, they didn't miss much in this ball game. I was concerned about it heading in. The Lakers had been shooting just 33% from the outside. They had talked about getting good looks. They're just not making them, and everybody's been making threes against the Clippers, and it happens again in this ball game, specifically with Luka Doncic starting 5 of 5 from the outside. Now, he was 2 for his next 7, but Luka had 24 points in the first quarter, finished with 43 in 38 minutes. With 9 boards and 13 assists, was by far the best player out there. And the second best player was Austin Reeves with his 31 on 11 of 16 shooting, 2 of 4 from the outside. And the third best player, you can make the argument, was LeBron James, who had 25 on 9 of 15 shooting, 6 assists himself. Meanwhile, James Harden did have 29 points, but took 21 shots to get there, just 3 of 12 from the outside. Started to cool off as the game went along, especially in the fourth quarter where he only had 2 points, 9 assists to 5 turnovers, and had 4 of them in the third quarter, as there was at one point a 22-6 Lakers run, end of the third, heading into the early fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard in game 2 back didn't look great. 19 points, 6 of 14 shooting, just 1 of 5 from the outside. He had 3 turnovers himself. Clippers with 16, leading to 20 points. The Lakers just 11 turnovers, leading to 14 points. The Lakers with 24 fast break points. Clippers with just 8. More post game coming up next. Clippers are 5-13 on the season as they lose at crypto to the Lakers, 135-118. I'm Adam Osland, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers lose to the Lakers, 135-118. They are now 5-13 on the season. In a game where they had 15 assists in the first half, they trailed by just 3. They trailed by 5 heading into the fourth quarter, and then the dam broke defensively. The Clippers gave up 37 points in the fourth quarter. It looked like they were trying a 2-3 zone at one point. They were getting beat on back cuts. John Collins, as good as he was on the offensive end, I mean, to start the third quarter, the Lakers were going right at him. Not putting the game on anyone in particular here. Chris Dunn even gambled multiple times defensively that ended up with Austin Reeves buckets, where he got going in that fourth quarter, as I believe Austin Reeves ended up in the fourth with 17 points. 17 points for Austin Reeves in the fourth quarter of this ball game. Well, we have a moment. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clippers fall 135-118. Quick timeout. We'll be right back after this. We'll get to your phone calls. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. I'm Adam Osland, as the Clippers are now 5-13. You're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
As the official ticket market.
Everything is Coach Lou's fault.
Where are you coming from?
They got Luka. That's Coach Lou's fault.
Even if you're making a
They got LeBron. That's Coach Lou's fault. They drafted Austin Reeves. No, wait, he went undrafted. That's Coach Lou's fault. The Lakers are better right now. The worm has turned. You get a top 3 player in the league for Anthony Davis. You're the better team. It's frustrating.
Nothing beats being able to say you were there. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Clippers. Grab them before they're gone.
Clipper Nation is currently in shambles. If the chat is at all representative, then I get it. You lose to the Lakers 135-118. You're 5-13. It is very frustrating, as Luka Doncic has 43 points, had 24 of them in the first quarter. Somehow the Clippers still led. We're only down by 3 at the half, but Clippers ran out of gas. Defensively, they weren't sharp enough. And the offensive rebounds they gave up in the second half of this ball game, 8 of them, I believe, leading to extra possessions for the Lakers. That was part of the undoing. Turnovers as well, especially the last 3 quarters, especially in that third quarter. It looked like the Clippers had a chance to take the lead heading into the fourth. Instead, they lose 135-118 to the Lakers. We'll take a quick timeout. Outside of Los Angeles, we are leaving you until Friday night, where the Clippers are back home at Intuit Dome, taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. We'll have tip-off at 7, pregame at 6. Happy holidays to everyone we're leaving on the network side. Happy Thanksgiving. In LA, don't go anywhere. I am going to take calls on Clippers Talk, believe it or not, next on AM 570 LA Sports.
LA Clippers. A step back three. Yes. Why, Leonard? Don't miss the Clippers basketball.
I know everybody's frustrated. I am too. I get it. They did go 2-5 on the road trip. Not 4-3, not 3-4, 2-5.
When you look at a Ford F-150, you'll see hard work, a great adventure. and
Some
so
people
much
put
more.
some super chats in, and I'm sorry, but the chat is blowing up so much I couldn't even tell who it was. Let me scroll up because I should thank them at least on a night like this.
The 2025
Brutal.
Ford F-150 from California's
The Lakers are better.
Ford. It's time to see Ford in a new light.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't think Coach Lue is a bad coach because the Lakers are the more talented team. It's a players' league. I don't think he's a perfect coach either. But if you think firing Coach Lue is the remedy for this season, or firing Lawrence Frank is the remedy for this season, I got news for you. The guys that affect the game most are the ones who are out there. And the Lakers have more dudes, as my guy Ricky G would say. They're just better. I mean, you're in denial if you don't think the Lakers are better, Max Vega. They're better. They're better right now. They have Luka Doncic. The Clippers don't have a top 5 player. Does Kawhi look like a top 5 player right now? Is he playing well enough to say that? Is he playing enough to say that? In this league, if you got the 2 best players on your team, which was Luka and Austin Reeves in this ball game, what are you going to do? You could say they had the 3 best with LeBron.
What's your name? Where you calling from?
The equipment's amazing. Smooth.
All right, Hank, run.
And those screens make it feel real. Ready to start your next
Kawhi did not have a good game
number 1 treadmill brand in the US.
in game 2 back.
NordicTrack.com for Black Friday savings. Nordic Track. Train anywhere, explore everywhere.
What was the glaring coaching error in this game?
The official post-game show of the Clippers on the LA Clippers audio network. Load up the phones and make your feelings.
Clippers fall at Crypto to the Lakers. They fall to 5-13 on the season as they lose 135-118 to the Los Angeles Lakers. And Luka Doncic, who had 43 points. Thanks, Nico. Welcome into your postgame show. I'm Adam Osland. We'll get your phone calls at 866-987-2570, 866-987-2570. That's the phone number. It was a 3-point game at the half. One of the things I was concerned about, though, was outlier hot shooting going on, really from both teams. Both teams were shooting 50% from 3 in the first half. Lakers 9 of 19 from the outside. After they started off the year, coming into this game, shooting 33% from 3. I said, of course, they're taking on the Clippers next. Everybody shoots well from 3 against them. They might have had their best game from the outside tonight. But the Clippers were 10 of 20 from 3. They're both at 50%. Who was going to start to cool off first? It was the Clippers. Even though they were getting stops in the third quarter, even though they were playing hard, they started to miss 3-pointers. And heading into the fourth, they were down by 5. So they went -2 in that third quarter. And the Lakers pulled away in this ball game rather quickly. And you could see it starting to unravel. And it was offensive rebounds. A missed 3 leading to a Hayes offensive rebound. Another miss. Offensive rebound, LeBron. Then a tech on CP3 after Austin Reeves drew a foul on Kobe Brown. And it's a 3-point play to start the fourth quarter, including the technical and the 2 free throws. Hayes gets another easy bucket. Looked like the Clippers were trying not to foul at one point, or at least Kawhi was. He got into foul trouble early in the first half. Then Austin Reeves attacks the Clippers defense as he had CP3 on him. Beats him off the dribble. Ivica Zubac has to come over to help. So then he leaves his man in Jackson Hayes. So Kawhi comes over to help. So he leaves his man in LeBron James, who's open for a near side corner three as Kobe Brown got there late. They got the Clippers in rotation, and I believe from that point on, they had a double-digit lead. That made it 106-95, and they really never looked back after that bucket, after that three-pointer from LeBron. Clippers just aren't good enough right now. That happened at the 10:03 mark. Oh, I should say CP3 got a bucket on the other end. And then Austin Reeves went back to the free throw line, and from that point on, it was a double-digit game. So from the 9:35 mark on in the fourth quarter, the Lakers led by at least 10. They're better than the Clippers. They had the three best players on the floor. Luka, obviously, the best player in the ball game. Austin Reeves, who had 17 of his 31 in the fourth quarter. And then LeBron got going in the second half. He had 25. That's a tough team to beat, especially when you're giving up offensive rebounds, second opportunities, and turning the basketball over. As good as James Harden was through the first three quarters, where he had 27 of his 29 points, he had 4 turnovers in that third when the Clippers had a chance to pull away. Not pull away, but get the lead heading into the fourth. So it's the same issues we've been seeing. Clippers end up with 16 turnovers, leading to 20 points. They got out rebounded 38-29 and 12-7 on offensive rebounds. And the three-point shooting continues to kill them from the opposition. After this game, teams will be shooting over 39% from three against them on the season. The Lakers, one of the worst three-point shooting teams. Not today. And yeah, some of it, Luka Doncic goes 5 of 5 from three to start off the ball game with his 24 points in the first quarter. And a lot of those are just unguardable shots. There's nothing you can do about it. He went 2 of 7 the rest of the way. But some of the threes, like the one I mentioned from LeBron James in the fourth quarter, where the Clippers getting in rotation, missing assignments, and just an offensive flurry from the Lakers that this Clippers defense couldn't handle. I mean, they're getting backdoor cuts with Austin Reeves in the fourth quarter with his 17 points in the fourth. Chris Dunn's gambling eventually got ejected for 2 technicals as he got into it with Luka Doncic. But on back-to-back possessions, he's gambling and playing off of Austin Reeves in the fourth quarter. And one of them is, of course, Luka Doncic finding him for an open three-pointer as he came over to help Chris Dunn as Luka was driving right, and not many guys can make that pass, but he can. You can't leave Austin Reeves on a corner three. The Lakers have been shooting like 31% on corner threes. Not tonight, of course. And then the next possession, he leaves him again, recovers, but it's too late. Austin Reeves gets a bucket on him. And I'm not trying to be overly harsh. It's just little things like that. As good as Chris Dunn was in the game with 19 points, he and John Collins, maybe their 2 best games scoring-wise, but John Collins was getting picked on every possession to start the third quarter. He got caught sleeping on a backdoor cut. It's just brutal. Quick timeout. We'll come back. 135-118 was the final. Lakers over the Clippers, who are now 5-13 on the season. I'm Adam Moslin. You're listening to Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports.
Adventurous RAV4s and 4Runners, on powerful Tacomas and
Chat, I know it's bad right now. I'll stay up for you a little bit longer because I think we got to get out in 12 minutes.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? It's a no-cost maintenance plan that covers.
It's Lawrence Frank's fault that they don't have a top 5 player.
2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. All work is performed by factory-trained technicians using genuine.
You're talking about the SGA trade?
Toyota Care will keep your new Toyota running like, well, a Toyota. Valid only in the continental U.S. and Alaska.
Look, I get it. Done gambling, but he's trying on defense. They're down double digits. He's trying to make something happen, but the Lakers have too many weapons on offense. You can't leave Austin Reeves.
Clipper Talk, what's your name? Where you calling from?
As the official ticket marketplace of the
All right, hang tight,
Clippers
man.
and the NBA, Ticketmaster has tickets available to every game. Even if you're making a last-minute decision, Ticketmaster's got you covered. And when you're in the building, you don't just
We'll get to phone calls coming up.
that no-look pass that makes the crowd gasp, that dunk that rattles the rim and shakes the arena, that buzzer beater that has everyone.
Let's see. If one team has the 3 best players in the game, you're probably not going to win. Clippers lose to the Lakers 135-118 at Crypto. They're 5-13 now in the season. Mike in LA, you're on Clippers Talk with Adam Moslem. What's up, Mike? You got 30 seconds.
Well, first, Adam, I just wanted to wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, I think, ultimately this all just comes down to, well, we were all wrong in the summer.
Yeah, I guess
this
so.
team just is not good enough. We got excited. We said, oh, great moves, this, that. And, well, everybody got old too quickly. You have some unfortunate injuries. And, I mean, they can't seem to put together a 48-minute game almost
Nope.
ever.
I think that has a lot to do with age.
agree.
A lack of consistent play out there.
I would agree. I mean, I wonder, the only, even semi-roster move I could think of would be, it's a third two-way spot trying like a Ty Washington, who I saw was averaging, 6 assists to 1 turnover in the G League just to, give James Harden some, additional rest.
Yeah, I appreciate the phone call. CP3 has shown something the last week or so. He's been a little bit better. Jamel in Pasadena. Jamel, you're on Clipper Stop with Adam Moslem. What's up?
Happy Thanksgiving, Adam Moslem. God bless you and the family. Hope you have a great holiday.
Same to you and yours.
Hey, brother. Really just calling because it's trying to see, I really just want to see them get some play sets, put into the offensive defense, because it seems like backside, when people come to help, there's no one, back to replace the man. There's no one, it's no rotations. There's no, body checking up on a man. There's no one, helping out on the defensive boards, offensive boards. Zoo can't do it all. And it's like, I don't see anything, we need to play from the inside out. With this team, we got a young center like Zubac. We got young guys on the inside. With the older players like Kawhi and James, we got to make it easier for them by opening up the inside, establishing that center, and getting that stuff going early, playing from the inside, so that way we can keep all eyes off the big names we have, so that way it can be easier for them to get to their spots, because it seemed like they were struggling today to get to their spot, laboring. It was hard to stay defense because, they actors over there. They need Tony to act, or whatever they give them Golden Globes, they can get it all. But a lot of those fouls are ticky-tacky. It was like the game kind of got hard to watch. But I just hope that they can clean this up, because they got a little window still to get back within a reasonable amount, to a reasonable record, at least to try to see if we could be, competitive. But right now it's looking pretty bleak.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jamel. They got a lot of work to do. just get back to 500 at 5-13. I said a few games ago, best case scenario was looking like a 6th seed. Best case scenario. Has that gotten away from them now? Is best case just having home court in the first play-in game, being a 7 or 8 seed in the Western Conference? We'll take a quick timeout. More on that coming up. I'm Adam Moslin. Clippers lose to the Lakers, 135-118, and you're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network.
Streaming on the iHeartRadio app. This is the Los Angeles Clippers.
Clippers lose to the Lakers, 135-118. Welcome back into Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Moslin. We'll do some Clippers Talk after dark, after we go dark here on AM 570. I guess we're doing the shortest post game of the season, even though they played the Lakers. Greg and Burbank, you're on Clippers Talk.
Hey man, happy Thanksgiving. I'm fed up with Ty Lue, man. I'm fed up with his substitution pattern.
Cool.
Him sitting.
What did he do
Harden.
specifically tonight that bothered you?
It's not just tonight. It's become a norm for him to sit Harden for so long. He waits for us to get blown out. Then he brings the guy in when we're down already 20 points and 6 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Well,
how much is Harden supposed to take on?
If he rests him, if he doesn't play the entire third, they're probably getting blown out before then. That's the problem. The backups have to do their part. Harden can't play the entire second half. What do you want? He played the entire third quarter.
It's not just the second half. It's just the timing of his substitution. I thought Doc Rivers' substitution pattern was terrible. This is even worse.
Tell me what you would like him to do if when James Harden's off the floor, you're saying they're getting cooked.
In today's game, feed Zoo. Why did they not feed Zoo when he had a mismatch with Jackson Hayes guarding him? Why did not? They'll feed Zoo the ball. You could tell he's visibly frustrated. The only one that looks for him is Harden on those pick and pops. They need specifically this game. They should have fed Zoo a lot more, and he was visibly frustrated.
All right, I agree with that, Greg. I got to take a timeout. I agree with that. Ivica Zubac's only got 12 shots up. They also were mixing coverages against him. It wasn't just Jackson Hayes straight up against Ivica Zubac in this ball game. Maxi Kleber was out there. Quick timeout. We'll come back. Then we'll do some Clippers talk after dark because we're closing things out after this on the AM 570 LA Sports side. I'm Adam Moslin. Clippers lose to the Lakers 135-118. We'll get to all your phone calls. I know people are frustrated. I'll keep going. This is AM 570 LA Sports.
The road trip and the most demanding job.
Versatility.
Here's the thing. It's like Harden's been out for too long. Well, he had to play the entire third quarter to try to keep them in it. Then it's Kawhi's job to take the baton. He didn't do a good enough job tonight. I don't really see the substitution pattern issue there. The issue is players not doing their part. I'm not saying Coach Lou is perfect. I don't think they featured Ivica Zubac enough either. Some of that is on coaching, especially after last game with how they came out against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and definitely were looking for Ivica Zubac early and often.
Oh, no. Stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas.
Obviously, it goes back to the SGA trade. A trade that everybody was for at the time. SGA was a rookie who averaged 10 points per game. They got the finals MVP and a guy who finished top 3, an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year award. If you want to blame him for that, sure. Every other GM's doing the exact same thing.
Okay, sorry. How do you say your first name? All right, Alun. All right, hang tight. I think we're at 35 is the hard break.
Clippers get blown out late in the fourth quarter against the Lakers. Stop me if you've heard that one before. Okay, not so much against the Lakers, but against other teams. Just the fourth quarter, it gets away from them quickly. Clippers lose 135-118. Let's go Clipper Edward, since he calls in every night. Clipper Edward, we will get to the rest of the calls too, but Clipper Edward, what's up?
Hey, Adam. I'm so discouraged. I'm embarrassed. I was at the watch party tonight at Intuit, and this team is it's shameful. It's completely pathetic on the defensive end. There's too many heads down on the defense. There's not enough heads up on the rebounds. Kawhi Leonard is absolutely cooked. This guy is not worth even $30 million. For anybody who said that he cut us a deal, you should slap yourself in the face, because he absolutely robbed us. Collins has not been good on either side of the ball. If he's good on offense, he sucks on defense. If he's good on defense, he sucks on offense. Zubac was absolutely pathetic tonight. 10 points. It's shameful. He was missing baby putbacks. I mean, I can't understand this guy. I don't know what's happened to him, and it's really affecting us. James Harden, I mean, settles for way too many threes, doesn't attack the basket enough. K Dunn, he's gambling too much on defense because he feels like he has to guard everybody because nobody can stick their man. And Nicholas Batum, I mean, he's okay, but it's like he's old, and I just feel like he can only play a certain amount of minutes, and he's hit or miss. Either he's going to hit, 6 points, or he's going to score nothing.
Hey, Clipper Edward, you're cooking much more than the Clippers did tonight. I'll put you on hold. We'll do some Clippers talk after dark. I can get back to you. Everybody on hold, I can get to you. Just hold on for me. Clippers lose badly late to the Lakers, 135-118. They're back after it on Friday, back into a dome against the Memphis Grizzlies, 7 p.m. tip, 6 p.m. pregame. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank the Clippers organization, Ralph Lawler, Brian Seaman, Noah Eagle, Carlo Jimenez, Big Brother Jake Warner. Who else am I forgetting? Daniel West here in Burbank, obviously. Joey Kimball, our statistician out there. The callers, the listeners, I'll get to you guys if you stay on hold. We can do Clipper Stock After Dark. Outside of that, though, happy Thanksgiving. To the rest of you, we'll talk to you on Friday.
And I'm almost done with the
I'll get to you, callers. Jose, hold on. Jamel, if you want to talk some more, hold on. Brandon, if you want to talk some more, hold on. Ryan, if you want to talk, hold on. Clipper Edward, hold on. Jose and Downey, hold on. Who else stays after hours for you, Clipper Nation? But you all say I don't care. I'm just a Clippers plant defending the shield all the time. I'm frustrated too. And if this gets much worse, if it gets much worse here, I don't know what's going to happen. They can have a sell-off? They could. Coach Lou postgame said, quote, "We'll be all right. We'll get back on track at some point." Coach Lou said postgame, "We'll be all right. We'll get back on track at some point." I know that's going to calm everyone down here. Of course. You guys are good now. I don't see any of the post-game audio yet, which is insane to me. How does it take this long? Something else Coach Lou said on them being 5-13. We've had bad circumstances. Guys have been out. The way we're structured, we need our better players to play. And that's how everybody else is successful. It's been a tough start. Guys have been out. The problem has been when James goes off the floor, we've been bad offensively. And that's because Kawhi missed 11 straight games. Bradley Beal missed 11 straight games. When you don't have the offensive power to keep up with other teams, it just gets tough. We're going to get better. He's right. Everybody looking for reasons to blame Coach Lou, and it's like, it's a players' league. If you don't have your best players, and then when you do have them, they're not playing that well, what do you think is going to happen against Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron James? What do you think is going to happen? This. If you're on hold, stay on hold. I will get to you. I promise. I'm like that. I'll come through for you. The Lakers are better. Do I think the Clippers will get better? Yes. If they stay healthy, if they can build up some continuity, yes. Are they a championship contender? Obviously not. Are they at best going to be the 7th or 8th seed in the West? Maybe so. It's not an excuse when you don't have your best players. That's not an excuse in the game of basketball. When you don't have your best players, it makes things very difficult in what is called a superstar-driven players league. Bradley Beal, they put a lot into him this offseason, and that turned out to be, unfortunately, a bust because he got injured, and he was injured going into the season on a minutes restriction, and now he's out for the year. And then Kawhi's out, and then DJ's out, and now Kawhi's back. But he hasn't looked great. It's just one thing after another. Yeah, it looks like they're headed towards the play-in at best. I don't know what's going to happen if they keep losing. Jobs, I'm sure, could be on the line. Do I want that to happen? No. But this is the business. This is the life we chose. I don't think a coaching change is the answer to an issue with players and availability and guys playing far, below their expectations. I see some of you guys dropping off on the phone lines. I'm going to get to you. I can get to you right now.
You want me to just send you the 5?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks,
That's
Daniel.
good. Yep. Thank you. It's all yours, sir.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Same.
All right. I'm back up here. Ryan in Santa Ana. Ryan, you're on Clipper Stop with Adam Awesome.
Hey, how's it going, Adam? Happy Thanksgiving. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, I'll just go with the positive, to be honest. You know what's wrong. Other than John Collins missing a couple assignments, I felt like I really do like him in the starting lineup. I really do like this starting lineup. I feel like what's missing and what they've always been searching is that they need a bogey that can come through, a Beal that can come through, a Norman Powell that is less expensive.
Yep.
They need somebody for the second unit that can be a good sixth man. I feel like that's where we're lacking. We're in the second unit, we're getting beat, and then the starting unit just doesn't recover. That's just how I feel. Another thing I want to say is shout out to Mr. Bomber for that viewing party. For him throwing that and everything like that. He's amazing. Where we lack in wins, we make up in a really great owner. So there's that.
I agree with you. And, ownership, biggest advantage in sports. And Steve Ballmer, we got to believe in during these hard times. Ryan, I appreciate the phone call, man.
Yeah.
866-987-2570. Jose in Southgate. Jose, you hit me with a super chat. I appreciate you. Thanks for calling in. What do you want to say?
Look, Adam. I hit you with the super chat. I've been hitting you with the super chat. Look, Adam. I'm all the way in Bakersfield. If all else fails, if Peacock didn't come through, if if Peacock didn't come through, if my Fire Stick didn't come through, I was listening to it on the iHeartRadio app. Look, Adam, you're talking to somebody. Just let me go. Just let me rant, Adam. Fuck it. We're after dark, right? I can say it. Fuck it. We're 5-12. Let me rant, Adam. You're talking to somebody who took a picture on the Santa Monica Pier with the Clipper Spirit. Okay? Quentin Richardson had to tuck his chain behind his neck because it was making the microphone go off because I don't know how that works out. You're talking to a real life Clipper fan. I have an 8-year-old son. My 8-year-old son is asking me why are the Clippers selling? I'm an OKC fan. And today, he's like, Dad, you took the Fire Stick. I couldn't even watch the game. I'm raising a real look, what I'm trying to say is I'm a real Clipper fan. If all else fails, we cannot lose to two teams. Back in my days, we couldn't lose to the Lakers because I was Kobe, and we couldn't lose to Cleveland because I was LeBron. Now, it's just one team. We can't lose to the Lakers because it's the Lakers and LeBron. We had Collins and Dunn's best game, and we still lost.
Yeah.
You have
hey, Jose, that's a really good point. I'm gonna let you keep going. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm gonna let you keep going.
Can I keep going, please?
Oh yes, I'm gonna let you keep going. I just want to give you props because in a game where you get this level of offense from, and John Collins is capable of much more. We know that, but considering how poorly,
Adam, I'm in the fucking hotel parking lot right now. I told my roommate, you see how our first 5 points are from Dunn? It's because that's our worst shooter. They want to leave him open, and he's making his points. We're off to a good start. We had Dunn and Collins' best game. We had the dudes on NBC. It's barely our second, third game on NBC. They're even calling it out. How come Zubac is not more involved? This is why I called in right here, because you let Lon Murray, shout out Lon Murray, because like I said, I was there with the Clipper Spirit when I was my son's age. Shout out Lon Murray. He said Kobe Sanders is starting because obviously he did something during training that we don't see. That's why he's starting. Adam, you've been saying it for years. Everyone in the chat right now, I don't know if you're in Burbank. I don't know if the chat can hear this live right now because I'm in the chat too.
They hear it. Hear it.
Adam, if Zubac is not getting the ball and if we're not running the offense through Zubac, it's because of something that we've seen during training camp. Same logic that Lon Murray's using on Kobe Sanders, it clicked to me. How is Kobe Sanders starting? Okay, he's something he showed up during training camp. Why aren't we running the fucking offense through Zubac? We're on Clippers After Dark. Jefferson on NBC was calling him out. Zubac, when he has 2 points, they need to get it to him. So obviously it's something like it must be something. Kawhi Leonard must come double team him during training camp. We must not see. We're 5-12, Adam. At the end of the day, you know what I'm gonna end off saying this call with? I'm a diehard fan. That's why I stay. That's why I stay sending you. But I haven't called in because, like, at the end of the day, it's this. Fuck it. We see our young guys. We've been waiting to see our young guys. People in the chat saying, why are they playing it? Like you say, you can't win. Play the young guys. Don't play the young. At this point, like I said, I was with Clipper Spirit on Santa Monica Pier, Quentin Richardson, Darius Miles, Knucklehead. I'm explaining to my son, it's all coming around. At the end of the day, look, I'm used to this. I'm used to having the start to the season like this, but never with this talent. So it is different. We should not be like this with this talent. But at the end of the day, what? It's the beginning of the season. They're showing our weaknesses. Let us get to it. Our young guys are getting valuable minutes. So guess what? Because guess what? Now we're playing for the play-in. Now I'm thinking for the play-in. Before I was like, oh, this play-in is just for the Lakers because they know they suck right now. That's when the play-in first got introduced. Lakers were sucking and they want them in the playoffs. Now I feel like, look, we're shooting for the 9th spot. Fuck it. We're shooting for the 9th spot. By that time, Zubac should be more involved. Our rookies have valuable minutes, and we're in there. I'm going to end it off with this, Adam. You know what I'm going to end it off with. Because at the end of the day, I just want to say this. Thank you for being quiet, Adam. You guys just rant. I always rant. I never let you talk, and I feel bad for it. But fuck it, that's my hot take. And you want to know what's my hot take? Let's go, Clippers! Middle of Bakersfield, baby. Let's go. Bye.
I love Jose and Southgate. You know what? We got some more calls. Somebody calling from the 909. Clipper Edwards still on hold. Jose and Downey is coming up. But I think Free TV actually called in for once. Free TV calling in from Georgia?
Yes, this is it.
And you're going to have me on, what is this, speakerphone or Skype? What is this?
No, it's my Google Voice note.
All right. Well, is this phone in a Bluetooth? You just sound a little far away.
Yeah, it's Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth, is it? I don't know if you hear me.
Come on, my guy. Forget the Bluetooth. Just go direct.
All right,
the phone line doesn't sound very good. You fix that. I'll come right back to you. Jose and Downey, from one Jose to another. Jose, what's up?
Hey, Adam. Thanks for taking my call, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Moving forward. Yes, sir. And also, shout out to Jose from Southgate. We actually met each other once. We drink at the same place.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
Clipper Nation unite.
Yeah, for real. It's hilarious. Yeah, man, I think, I guess to kind of go off of what Jose was saying in regards to Zoo not getting the ball enough. I'm not too sure if it's something that they didn't see for him not being able to get the ball more. Just that, I mean, I think Ty Lue said it like 3 times in this young season already. When I have to, how would I say, my offense is running around Kawhi. I mean, he's number 1 option. That's why he doesn't get it as much. Your second option is always going to be Harden if you're running it through Kawhi. But you know what? Right now, the number 1 option looks like it is Harden, and the number 2 option is, you know, some nights it could be Kawhi, some nights it could be Zoo, depending on what the matchup is. The offense looks the best flowed through Harden and him trying to create for others. That's when he really gets at it. Because as he creates for others, I mean, the defense has to guard the other players on the 3-point line, which lets Harden start, you know, being able to score afterwards. And in regards to the caller who was saying, oh, you know, Ty Lue's bad rotations and, you know, he always takes out Harden at the wrong time. I think Harden played 38 minutes. So, I mean, you only rested 8 minutes. Let
me add to that. So far this season, with James Harden on the floor, they have an offensive rating of 118, which is like, if you look at the best offensive ratings in the NBA by team, the best offensive rating is 122 by Houston. 118 is just about top 5. That's what they are with Harden on the floor. With Harden off the floor this season, they have an offensive rating of 101. The team with the worst offensive rating in the league is 105. That's how bad it's been. So if you're wondering why he's playing big minutes or has to play the entire third quarter and then doesn't start the fourth, he can't play 48 minutes, but they almost need him to right now with how bad their offense is when he's off the floor.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So I just wanted to, I know you were trying to explain to that caller, like, I mean, at what time did you want him to take him out? So I had a comment on that because he played about 38 minutes. So, I mean, I don't know at what other time he could be on the court if he's not playing the whole game. So that's why if that caller's still hearing us, that's why he had a rest in the fourth. And yes, we all can see that with Harden without Harden on the court, we're not the same. And I'm glad you brought that up about how much we drop. It's like Jokic last year with Denver. How bad the offense gets when he's sitting was sitting last year. I feel like they give the ball to Kawhi for too long, and Kawhi's never been a creator facilitator like that. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna ask you, what can they do? Shouldn't somebody else be handling the ball to try to get Kawhi to his spot, or try to feed somebody else, somebody like CP3? And I agree with you. CP3 has been looking better in the last 3 games, but I don't know whether they're not running it like that. It's Kawhi. They're giving the ball to Kawhi with about 14 seconds left, and he takes up that whole time, and he's not a creator. What do you expect him to do? And you're putting every team can just load up to Kawhi because they know he's going to have to take the shot.
Yeah,
because they don't have a creator on the floor with him.
Kawhi's flaw, outside of just he's been injury prone, is one flaw. He's not a great creator. He's not an elite passer. He's got 1 or 2 triple doubles in his career. He's not bad. He's just not elite like he is pretty much everywhere else. I know some right now are going to be like, where's he elite right now? Well, it's his second game back. He missed the last 11.
Yeah.
I'm not going to grade him and say this is who Kawhi is the rest of his career because of tonight's game. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting everything into one game. He didn't look great tonight. He missed some shots that went in and out. I'm not going to say Kawhi's done because of this.
Yeah. And I got to bring this up about Zoo. He didn't have the best game. Now, I'm sure I'm on record, and I'm sure you can back me up on this, that I think Zoo is great in terms of being able to run some offense to him, and I do believe he should always get more shots in every game, no matter what. But he did look flustered. He did look like he did not know what to do with that double, and sometimes that third defender leaking into the middle side of the lane. He didn't know what to do, so he just passed out. They were giving him the ball too far out with about 15, 17 feet. You're not helping him out. But it's a growing pain. If he's gotten better and everything else when it came to rebound and came to some post moves and came to that little floater. I mean, this is just something else he's going to have to grow in, and how to read when that double team comes in. But I mean, there has to be some set cuts for him too to be able to get out of that double team. So I don't think it's just on him.
Yeah, but they've been playing him differently. But remember, last 10 games coming into this one, Zoo has been averaging 20 and 13. He's not like I think we're grading him very tough right now. He has not been abysmal. He's not been close to that. I needed more tonight. I also needed them to feature him more tonight. Jose, anything else?
No, man. I just I hope they get these next 2 wins. I mean, start with that. These are 2 winnable games. My only worry is with the Grizzlies is that they start running on us because obviously our defense is not great.
I agree. Great phone call as always, Jose. Appreciate you, man. Happy Thanksgiving.
Have a good one, man. Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
All right, back to Free TV, who hopefully took me off the Bluetooth. Free TV, what's up? You're on Clipper Stock.
What's up? Is it better now?
Much better. How you doing? What do you want to say? What do you want to keep saying? I'm not great. I got to be honest. I don't like seeing the Clippers 5 and 13.
Yeah. Me neither. That's why I'm upset. That's why I'm making the comments I'm making.
I get you're upset.
So Adam, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Floor is yours. You called in.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, Adam. You're saying that the roster isn't good enough. Who's responsible for that?
The front office.
Okay.
And the CBA.
See, my thing is, well, yeah, to a degree, but my thing is somebody has to be accountable. We built this roster you don't trade all your picks and be in the position that we're in to give OKC a lottery pick to be above 500, to make the play-in, to do all that.
No.
So to me, somebody has to be accountable. Go ahead.
I just don't see the point of firing someone for a trade that everybody thought was a good idea for good reason. I just don't see the point of that. Nobody knew SGA. Nobody knew SGA was turning into this. Nobody knew Kawhi was going to tear his ACL on what looked like to be the Clippers' way to winning a championship in 2021. Like, what control do you have there?
And here's my thing, Adam. I'm not a guy that overly, even though in hindsight the SGA trade was a mistake, I'm not a guy that harps on that like a lot of the fans do.
Okay.
My thing is the continued doubling down on the mistake after you realize that it was a mistake. That's why I was saying last year when you called me a troll that it's better to have someone else's picks than no picks at all, because now what we were trying to avoid, which was, we don't want to give OKC a lottery pick. We're still trying to stay competitive. What I said last year was you're going to end up, these guys are getting older and you're going to end up not being competitive anyway, and you won't have any picks to try to make up for that and build for the future. You can't, we're getting to the point now, we're so far down in the standings, which is what I was saying last year, that you won't be able to stop OKC from getting a lottery pick.
But you turned around last season after the Clippers turned around.
Yes, but even at the end of the season when we lost the way we did, I was back to that.
So are you going to turn around? So if the Clippers get out of this, are you going to turn around again? You going to flip-flop the other way if the Clippers somehow go on a run?
No,
so you're going to stand on it now.
Adam, let's be clear. The only thing I turned around on was saying that the Clippers were better without Kawhi. I didn't turn around on saying that we need to trade them while they still have value. I never turned around on that.
Well, that's a pretty wild
The only thing I turned around on was it was, but hey, look the way we're looking now, the future, that statement was correct. So that's the only thing that I turned around on.
You were saying on the court they were better without Kawhi, which was nuts.
Yeah, yes, which was not true. That was set out of frustration.
All right. Go on.
I'm willing to admit that, but my thing is that we should have moved on from these guys last year. Is my thing, and we kept doubling down.
Maybe they'll pay for it. Maybe they'll pay for it. Maybe you're right. I think everybody felt like it was a good off season. We all were confident in it. I did a lot of shows on it. They were running it back with a team that took Denver to 7, and it hasn't worked. And I get the frustration.
But to me, taking Denver to 7 wasn't good enough. So that's my frustration. Okay. We should not have traded our picks so we can be proud of losing in the first round, regardless if it was 7 games. It's not like Denver went on to win the championship or something like that.
Well, I guess what was the alternative then this past summer? Like, what did you want? You thought they were going to trade Kawhi and James Harden this summer?
If I was in charge of the team, that's what I would have done. Yes, but here's my thing, because we're supposed to look at guys like Lawrence Frank as this basketball Illuminati, but it seems like I can see things coming that they can't, which is what's frustrating, because it's like you're getting paid, however much money Lawrence Frank is getting paid to be this basketball expert, but you can't see things that are clear. It's like you've seen Kawhi get injured year after year after year after year. At some point, you have to realize that he's not reliable health-wise. He's a great player if he's healthy, but you can't rely on that. This is why
that's not lost on Lawrence.
Continuous putting good money after bad.
But free TV,
apparently was, because you could have tried to move on from him in the past. Is what I'm saying.
If the return though just isn't much, is it worth it? Because I think what you're missing here, and a lot of people are, is the main overall plan from this front office. And that plan is to have clean books where they can get up to 1 max contract in 2026 and 2 in 2027. And if you're trading Kawhi and if you're trading James Harden, there's a good chance you're going to be bringing back guys that are on longer deals that may not align with your overall main objective, which is to have cap room in 2026 and 2027.
And I get that, Adam, but my thing is with the cap space thing, it's an unsure.
Everything's unsure
future,
though.
because
There is no guarantee. Of course, they may strike out, but you don't know. There are no guarantees. We all thought it was a guarantee when they got Kawhi and Paul George. They're going to win a championship. There are no guarantees.
You're right, but I feel you're right. No plan is guaranteed. And let me say this. I'll be honest because I know where this is going. And you're right. If we got draft picks, we could draft bust and it not be worth it. But to me, that path is more certain than the let's get free agents path. Even though neither path is certain, I admit that. You're right. There's no guarantee. So admitting that there's no guarantees, to me, one path is slightly more. It's like gambling, I guess. Your odds are better taking one path than the other because we've seen other teams, all the teams that have won championships over the past 10 years, except the Lakers, pretty much, or the past 5 years. Their best player was a player that they drafted. Just look at the teams: Denver, OKC, Milwaukee.
Sure.
All these teams, they build their teams with even the Golden State dynasty. 3 of those 4, they got KD, but the other 3 guys were drafted.
I don't disagree with that.
That to me is less of a gamble, even though both are gambles. Again, I'm admitting that both are gambles. We could draft bust. We could draft what's that that we drafted years ago that was a bust, but number 1, I can't even remember. Wakani. We could do that again, but
my friend.
So I admit that. But
I agree with you.
I just feel like the draft path is a better path.
I don't disagree with that, but the part you're missing is I don't know what the trade value is for Kawhi and James Harden. I don't.
And I agree.
We don't know what they're getting back.
At this point, I think it's too late. I think that the trade thing is done, which is part of my frustration and anger. I think that window has passed now that we have no choice but to hope and pray that we get some superstar and it's not a repeat of the Kawhi and PG thing where we think they're going to be great and then they're on the downside of their career and they're getting injured or whatever it may be. So I agree. At this point, we have no choice. But my thing is that, again, my frustration is I feel like I had the foresight that people who are paid to know better than me did it. And I want to say one other thing. And I'll let it go because I know I've been on the call for a while. Here's my one thing with Ty. I understand that certain things are out of his control, but even when we were doing better in these past years, when we lost games, a lot of times I strongly felt, as just a vibe, obviously I'm not in the locker room, that there was a lack of urgency and effort with the team. And then Ty constantly projected that in his press conference. I pointed this out last year. I remember it vividly, so I can even tell you. It was in one of the last 3 games of the season, and I brought this up in a call last year, where Law was asking where we were playing the Kings, and we were up big on them, and they came back, and we won by like 1 or 2 points. And it had been a pattern that had been happening at the end of the season where we were blowing leads. And Ty snapped that Law and said, because Law started asking him, are you concerned about this pattern of us, blowing leads and we're having to play, crunch time minutes when we were up by 20, because it was a pattern at the end of the season. Again, this was like one of the last 2 or 3 games of the season. And Ty snapped that Law saying, I'm never concerned. I'm tired of you saying I'm concerned. And that's my thing with Ty. It seems like coaching is more than X's and O's. Ty his flaw is that he seems to lack the ability to motivate and put urgency into his team, which to me is part of coaching. It's not only X's and O's.
I agree with that, Free
and
TV,
that is my criticism
but
of
do
Ty.
you really believe with him saying there to Law, I'm never concerned, that he's never concerned? Or do you believe he just was irritated by the question?
And again, this is going to...
You really believe he's never concerned as a head coach? A head coach is never concerned.
I do, because look, again, it was a vibe. Like I said, didn't have in the locker room, and then DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, I can tell you, I don't have a vibe. I've been there. I've seen concern. I've seen Coach Lou. I've seen Coach Lou light up his team. So I got better than your vibes.
Okay, you're saying that, but I have my vibes, and then DeMarcus Cousins said what he said about
cannot
Coach
believe
Lou,
me.
and he was in the locker room.
For a team that would made it to the Western Conference Finals, that probably wins it all if Kawhi doesn't go down.
I'm just telling you what I felt and what DeMarcus Cousins confirmed. But,
I've said before,
we can agree to disagree.
Oh, we can definitely disagree on you saying that you don't think there's ever a time where Coach Lou's concerned, because I've seen otherwise. You don't have to believe me, I guess. But I think that's ridiculous to think a head coach is never concerned. Ty
Lue said it, not me.
And you don't think he was just irritated with the question, more so than anything?
I wonder, but why be irritated with that question? So that's another question. So, that's rhetorical. You don't have to answer it. I know you're not Ty Lue, but why be irritated with that question?
Because he kept asking it. But
well, maybe Law kept asking it for a reason. So,
all right. Well, I just know for a fact that that's not the case. So you can think what you want. I've also expressed that there have been times where I felt like maybe there's not enough sense of urgency from the top down, but I would say that's more of an issue. You can't say it never happens, is what I would say. That's just crazy.
Okay.
Like he's never.
That's fair.
Like he's never concerned. Like what Coach Lou was saying post game here. He's being we'll get to it in a little bit, but I appreciate the phone call.
Yeah, no problem, man. And let me say this one last thing. Like even the post game, what he said about we'll be okay. It's just those kind of things is what's frustrating me. But I'll land my plane there. It's because it's been a consistent pattern.
And you know what else has been a consistent pattern? They turned it around.
True. So we'll see, but I don't have much hope. So it was good to kind of hash it out over the phone, Adam. So thanks for taking my call, man.
All right, appreciate it. I was saying, like, they've done this many times before. They have 14 straight winning seasons. Coach Lou has been a part of the last 6. They've gotten out to slow starts. They've turned it around. So I get it. Somebody calling from the 562. You're on Clipper Stock with Adam Moslem. What's up?
Hey, Adam. Hey, can you hear me?
I got you.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit more about some positives right now, because I know everyone's frustrated and venting, and I feel it too. But I do want to think more about solutions. So obviously, before I get to that, as far as the front office, they did their job. Like if no one got hurt and we played the way we were supposed to, the way it was designed, we'd have a different record right now. So it all just falls on Kawhi getting hurt and then just downstream effect. But anyway, so as far as the positives, I am a little bit intrigued about DeMar DeRozan, because I know he's old, but we are poor on offense right now, and we need a third option. And Zook, he doesn't know how to handle double team situations right now. Not enough to win games. So I do want to get your opinion on the whole DeMar DeRozan thing. I know we play a lot of ISO basketball, and because we have the best ones, but like it's also like draining them out. Like I feel like if we played a little bit more in a system where their talent shines through the system instead of being like the ISO being the feature, like I feel like it's not efficient. But I am very intrigued about DeMar DeRozan because I feel like he does space the floor and like give us more of a threat.
How does he?
To replace
How does a guy who
Beal.
doesn't take 3-pointers space the floor?
Yeah, no. I get that. Like, I know he's not a great 3-point shooter, but
He doesn't
like,
take
he does.
many.
He creates gravity though.
Okay.
That'll create more space, and he's good in the fourth quarter. You know, we need that that clutch guy. Has good size. You know.
Like you got to be open to anything at this point. I'm open to it. If it happens, it happens. But
yeah, I mean, what else? I mean,
I did a show on it yesterday, so I don't want to belabor the DeMar DeRozan stuff. But they're 5-13 now. Who knows what type of shakeup we'll be looking at? Anything else?
Yeah, I think once we're at full strength, you know, I mean, yeah, the record sucks, but I think once we figure it out, when we get momentum, we're good at keeping it. And then, like you said earlier, like we have a history of turning it around too, and so we gotta have hope in that. Like I feel like people are like giving it way too easy right now. Like I know record sucks, but bro, you gotta be a little bit more hopeful than that for our team.
I mean, they do have a long track record. Last season, 18-3 run to end the year. Season before that, 26-5 run. But I can understand why people feel like this team doesn't have that in them. I can understand that. We'll see. All right. Appreciate the phone call, my guy.
All right. Thank you.
Someone calling from the 323 here on Clippers Talk After Dark. I'm at a Muslim. What's up, 323?
Hey, Adam. What's up?
You know, just angry phone calls and chats.
This is Jason from the locker room door.
The locker room door?
Into it.
Ha! My guy.
What's
Jason.
up, man?
You long time, first time?
Long time, first time, bro. Yeah, man. A lot of angry Clippers fans out here tonight. I just think, like, in my opinion, there's no quick fix. There's no like, oh, we trade for this guy or do this or do that. And to what you said, like Ty does have a track record of getting the troops back together. Like last year, we had a somewhat of a slow start, not this slow, but there's been injuries. You know, Bradley Beal's not here anymore. Well, for the season, the DJ injury, the Kawhi injury, Jordan Miller didn't play tonight. Chris Paul hasn't played a lot this season as much as I thought he would play. But I think it's just going to take time for Kawhi to get back going. I mean, it's only been 2 games, but something has to change. And people keep complaining about Zubac. Like, Zoo is a rim runner. Like, Zoo is not the guy you throw the ball to the post and be like, all right, give us 2, you know. He can, but that's not really his.
He can pretty well. That's the only point I'm disagreeing on. He's got a hook with the right hand and left hand.
Right. But he's not. He's our 3rd, 4th option at times. So his touches are limited.
But should he be? Is the point? I don't think he should be.
Should he be?
I think he needs to be 3rd option at all times. They need to feed him more consistently, in my opinion.
Yeah. Because really, I mean, he's our 3rd best player, technically.
And he's one guy that can actually score at the rim. They don't have a lot of downhill pressure. Zoo can be a monster. We just saw him cook the Defensive Player of the Year in Evan Mobley. What are we talking about?
Yeah. You're right on that. And I mean, our best downhill player is James. And I think his usage rate is too high, if you ask me. I know that's his game. He's the system. But I feel like James plays a lot of minutes. Which kind of, I think, like plays into those playoff like roles sometimes because he's burnt. I think he could be burnt out. Not a fact of just an opinion, but I don't know.
I agree. I just don't know where else they go right now because their offensive rating is 118 when he's out there, and when he's off the floor, it's 101. It's unbelievable.
It's terrible. Yeah, it's terrible. And the second unit, like, I don't know who's there to provide scoring. I was like, well, John Collins needs to start. Well, now he's starting. So now, I mean, Nico, but Nico's not going to go in there and give you, like, I mean, he's a great shooter, but who's the spark off the bench?
Yeah, who could create for
Chris
themselves and
Dunn.
others?
Yeah, exactly. And I think
Bogey
right now,
can a little bit, but he's been too inconsistent.
right. And I think that, I don't know if that's because of minutes, because his minutes have been inconsistent. So he doesn't really have,
He
like,
got hurt again.
yeah, he was in street clothes tonight too. It's like, man, like, we've getting bit by the injury bug, I mean, all season. And I mean, I think people have to kind of keep that in mind. Like, this isn't ideal. This year and last year, yeah, Kawhi was the only guy really out like that. Everyone else was pretty much there and healthy. Like, it's a long season. It's only November, but, you know, we've turned it around before. I wouldn't be surprised if we turned it around again, but I think guys are hitting the panic button a little too soon. But I do understand people's unhappiness, though. The record sucks, but Todd's a great coach, and he figures it out. So I just hope he's going to figure it out again this year.
All right, Jason, my guy. I'll see.
All right, man.
I'm gonna see you at Into a
See you
Dome soon.
Friday night, Friday and Saturday.
All right, I won't be there Friday, but I'll be there Saturday. I'll come over
Okay, bud.
and we'll hug it out if they lose on Friday night. So.
All right, man. We have a happy Thanksgiving, brother. I'll see you Saturday.
Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours, Jason. Thanks for calling in.
All right, man. All right, no problem.
Thanks to Clay Vaughn for calling in tonight. Yes, another legend calls in. Clay Vaughn from Michigan tonight in the Clippers' darkest hour. Clay Vaughn, what do you got?
Way back one more gives in after. First and foremost, I like to say, shout out to J-Dog.
Hey, Clay Vaughn. Your phone sucks. What's going on?
Hold up. Yeah, I did the Bluetooth thing. You just got on, old boy.
How dare you?
All right. Can you hear me?
Let's keep talking.
All right.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Let me add some energy to the call. Woo! I don't give a fuck if we. Hey, first of all, it's late night. All right? I had to change my whole energy. The Bluetooth had my energy low and shit. Hold the fuck up. First and foremost, dog, I want to say I hate the Lakers. Them mustard yellow fakers, snakers, Lakers. I hate them. Damn. But you know what? It is what it is. I like to shout out to my homie J-Dog and what's that, Jose from Bakersfield. Hey, man, you got some real positive and powerful Clippers fans. You know what I'm saying? I shout out to y'all, everybody in the comment board that's keeping it real. To the ones that's out here putting their emotions into this, stop putting your feelings on the line. I wish we would have. I just wish and feel we would have did this and that and all this shit. I get it. I used to be the same way. But we can't do nothing about that now. Do I be like, damn, every time I see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, damn, we had that shit, man. What the fuck? Oh, I wish we wouldn't have traded Norman. Get over that shit. It's done. With all this what if shit. You want to see what if? Look at Disney Plus, cuz. Okay? Hey, look, first of all, Ty Lue is a great coach. What y'all gonna say? We get somebody, what y'all want Jeff Van Gundy to stand up? Oh, unless you know, oh man, put Jeff in there, man. So Jeff is happy with what he's doing when he can just focus on being a defensive coach. All right, take those feelings out of this thing, though, cuz. Believe this. We still got a great team. But we basically went to rebuild, like we went from win now to damn near like we're rebuilding as a team because we have a lot of new players. Having a lot of new players, John Collins looked good tonight. I was like, damn, that's what we need to see. He felt very confident. We want players to come out there and put their heart out into the game. And then they getting on James Harden as soon as he don't do something. What you want the man to do? Damn, we are where we at right now because he been putting his heart into it. He back home. He ain't in Houston. He ain't playing like he in Brooklyn. He playing like he back home in Cali, dog. All right, I'm from the 714. So there's hardness. And then everybody just quick, just throw him and get rid of him. Do you realize that's why we in the fucking same position that we in now? Get out your feelings, dog. Y'all over here sounding like, man, y'all need to go across the street and put on a yellow jersey, cuz. Calm down. All right, what? Oh man, the season's over. So look, I'm a motherfucking Clippers fan till I drop, dog. All right, it make me disappointed? Oh man, we 5 and what? 13? Damn. Look, man, we've seen a lot of jacked up shit. And I will say, yeah, I was a Quentin Richardson fan. That was my favorite player, Quentin Richardson, Darius Miles connection. If you know, you know. Anyways, I don't look, everybody look, calm down. I understand. This is why Ty Lue get paid the money he does. Everybody's thinking he's being too lax. You think he ain't been in a fucked up situation before? All right, then they getting on Lawrence Frank. When y'all was dick ride when Lawrence Frank made these decisions. Now everybody like, man, we should have just, God damn, I wish we just, man, damn all that. All right? What we have is good. I always say that. But we got to make it work. You can't keep rearranging. I'm going to just take this motherfucker, I'm going to put this one in, and I'm going to do this and that. It don't work like that. All these, you think that Oklahoma City was doing that shit to have the team they have now? No, they kept winning, and they kept working together and building that goddamn chemistry. Get out your feelings, cuz. It can happen. And then next year, you know, like you put it, next year let them start going. Let them go 7-0 or something right now. Same motherfuckers talking down bad gonna be like, oh man, I knew they was gonna come back, dog. I always knew it. First one say that we're gonna tie you up, blindfold you, and you're gonna wake up with a Lakers jersey on. Calm that shit down. All right? We got a great squad. Right now they have to figure it out. Unfortunately, for some reason, everybody they like the Lawrence Frank and everybody. Sometimes they like to see to pick up the players I don't like. Yeah, we on here venting, so I do a little bit of venting myself, Adam. Yeah, I was never on for that Paul George trade. I was like, what? I've never been a Paul George fan. I don't like playoff P.
What happened to not focusing on the past?
No. Because, you know, to be fair, when some people say that about the past and these different things, I just had to say that because when you said everybody was basically on at that time when we traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and all of them for Paul George, or when we picked up Chris Paul, and I remember last season I was like, man, I don't know, I'm iffy about that, you know, and this is why though. This is why I felt that way, so I can comprehend. But my feelings is out of it. That's why I had to start off with high energy. You know what I'm saying, Adam, at first, before I came in and you know, spoke on, because I'm only speaking on points that I heard. That's why I like waiting for last or close to last so I can hear what the other brothers have to say and what in the good points that Adam puts in. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like jumping the gun and sounding stupid and sounding emotional. You know what I'm saying? We have to work with what we have, Adam. As much as I hate them Snakers, man. As much as I hate them Snakers, look, we got to start seeing a silver lining in the play. Damn, for one night, even if for a moment, you know, Kobe Brown looked like he's an NBA player just for a minute.
Hey, how about the Kobe's? The Kobe's tonight.
Yeah, Kobe and the Kobe connection, dog. That shit looked beautiful. It looked beautiful. Let's start taking the silver lining from that. I saw confidence in him. See, the reason Kobe Brown hasn't been looking like an NBA player, I feel, is because he really didn't have consistent chances to come in and do it unless it was garbage minutes. I was surprised to see Ty Lue put him in early as he did. And he came in there and got that little sick-ass dunk. He has the body to do it. He has the stomach. As Sugar Free said, do you have the stomach? He has the stomach. And he came in, and I think that, you know, if as unfortunate as these situations is, we always have to find a silver lining. All right, they came in shooting pretty well. You know what I'm saying? I'm always be on Kobe Sanders. All right, Mr. KFC himself. Okay, Mr. KFC. He got the two wings and a biscuit combo. And then when Jordan Miller come back, you know, that's Miller time. We're gonna call that the chicken and beer connection. Because when they was playing, I loved what I saw. So let's start paying attention to the silver lining in this. We still figuring this shit out.
Hey, you know who
All right?
almost got a two-piece combo tonight? Jackson Hayes from Chris Dunn.
Beautiful. I love seeing that. And you know, cats will get mad. They'll be like, "Why Chris Dunn doing that? He was having a great game," because he's passionate, dog. He was passionate. As many times as we got fouled and then nobody called it, yo, you get passionate in the game. He took the ball and he pushed it into Luka Doncic's chest, and even Jackson Hayes. Neither one of them was in the wrong to me. I like seeing that. All right, I like seeing that because that means they passionate about this game. Hey, what was Jackson Hayes doing? He was protecting the bag. Luka Doncic is the bag. You supposed to jump up and do something. All right, Chris Dunn. Hey, he was playing. His heart was on the line. Look, he had a master game. Getting them easy tools. That's what I love seeing. I think that we've been focusing too hard on trying to get these motherfucking 3-pointers. Like we the Splash Brothers or something. Get them easy tools. Look, Zoo was out there doing it. No, look, even though he didn't respond to the double team, he did pretty good. He just didn't get the ball fed to him enough, man. I saw him making cuts and he was ready. He just didn't get that ball because a lot of the times when we get down by 10 points, you know, I understand that like players like Kawhi and our stars feel that pressure. So, you know, you had James Harden, like for instance, he'll try to still free up that step back 3-pointer, but it wasn't falling for him tonight. Leave it alone then. Don't keep feeling like, oh, we down by 10. Shit, if I could just get one of these bitches to fall, I feel good. No, this feed Zoo. That's not your night tonight. Why don't you get your assist up? You know what I'm saying? That's all. If you having a cold streak in a certain area, then look where else you can produce. That's what I love about like players that are two-way players like Kawhi and different individuals. You can't produce here. Like, hey, where else can you produce? Zoo, if he ain't scoring, he's at least getting those mean ass boards. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Clevo.
I think it is. So it's just like this. We got a great team. Y'all stop getting in your feelings. Stop getting in your emotions. Look, if this didn't happen, our core, we would have never known about Kobe Sanders. If this didn't happen, we wouldn't even know who fuck Kobe Sanders was. And I see a lot of potential. I ain't saying, oh, he a superstar. Yet, I see a lot of great potential. When I see that young unit come out there, they're playing with more confidence than last year, improving in a lot of areas. Look at the silver lining in the situation and stop paying attention to that mustard yellow streak. We're going to play them again. We're going to get them. We're going to get the ball handling together. We're going to learn how to protect the ball, and we're going to come back. All right? Get out your feelings. All right? This is Clippers Talk. We got mostly men on here. I don't know if some women in the chat. What's up? All right? But it's mostly men on here, and we think with logic. We think in the different ways that we can improve and come out here and vent. But don't dwell on all right? Don't dwell on the past. All right?
All right.
I appreciate it, Adam. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. So we're going against Memphis. We're going to cut their ass in half like a clipper cut through waves. I hate the Lakers. All right? And hey, Collins, put that shit up, Collins. Put that shit up, Collins. That's what I like to see. Keep that same energy. All right? And shout out to Adam. Yo, I'm glad you're doing the Clippers Talk at night. Hey, keep up the good work, Adam. You know what I'm saying? It's all everybody in the comment boards. Like I said, J-Dog, what's good? All right? Until the next time, I'm going to be calling back in, Adam. All right? Keep up the good work, and I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute. All right?
All right,
Hey,
Clevo.
714. I'm from the 714. I live in Michigan, but I'm from the 714. All right? I love y'all. Have a good night, Adam. I'll holler at you in a minute.
Love you, Cleavon. Great phone call. 949. You're on Clippers Talk with Adam Moslem.
Hey, can you hear me?
I got you. What's up?
Hey, so I was at the game today.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Irvine. Name is Orlando.
Orlando from Irvine. What's up?
So I was at, yeah. All right, so I was at the game today for the Lakers versus Clippers game. I was there in crypto, so I was like watching the whole game, and like the Clippers, they were playing pretty good, like in the beginning, you know. in the beginning, like they were playing pretty good. It's just like at the end, it was like they're just like missing the key shots in the fourth quarter, you know. And the Lakers were able to like take advantage of them, you know, that's one thing. But like, you know, it was also like very shocking also to be a Clipper fan in a sea of like Lakers fans, you know.
I bet.
But yeah, you know, like they're telling me back in me like when they were like losing by more than 18, like where the Clipper fans at, you know. But you know, like I'm always always a Clipper fan, you know. Always gonna remain loyal no matter
Stay
what.
strong.
But yeah, so this team is 4-13. I know that, and I want you to take a holder for the Clippers, you know, like. You know, like, and for me, like, I just want them, like, just start winning again, you know?
We all do.
Something, but,
I
yeah.
don't think I
Yeah.
know they went 2-5 on this road trip the last 7 games. However, I have seen things that were more encouraging than when I saw at the start of the season. I have seen some signs, and the numbers will tell you that they've been a little bit better. Is it good enough? No. They got to be much better. But maybe they're starting to figure some things out. Maybe they're hammering in a starting lineup now with John Collins next to Kawhi, Ivica Zubac, Chris Dunn, and James Harden. And that's the start of figuring out rotations and just making this thing a little bit more cohesive.
Yeah. I agree with you because I've been seeing like the youngsters, like, you know, like Kobe Sanders, those guys are like, you know, like I see like we caught like a steal in Kobe Sanders. And like Yannick, like I feel like he's developing, he's in the right path, but he needs more time.
Hey, if it wasn't for this terrible start, we wouldn't know that Kobe Sanders was this good. That's true.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I know
that's
because
something.
like I know like yeah, I know because like I was like I've been with my friend like Miguel from like we work at like at my job, like we're both Clipper fans, and he's like saying like, you know, like Kobe Sanders, like he's looking like a steal, you know.
Yeah.
He's looking like a steal right now, you know, and
Well,
I just hope
that
he continues
defense that he
developing,
played
you know.
baseline, he locked up Austin Reeves on a possession baseline with his defense that I could not believe what I saw. It was elite.
Yeah, I agree. But like when I was I guess when I was at the game, like I saw like you know, like he didn't really score that many points, you know, this game, you know.
No,
like
but his
compared to other
defense was
teams,
good.
you know. Yeah, I agree with you.
And
With
I
you,
think
but, like,
his 1 points came on the backdoor cut he had on an easy one from Kobe Brown baseline.
Yeah, but like there were like opportunities I could tell you when I was at the game that the Clippers could have taken advantage of it, you know. But just like we just like I guess we just like the firepower, I guess a little bit, you know.
I think that's
It's just feel
exactly that's a big part of it.
Yeah, you know, like there was like advantages like in the second or third quarter, like the Lakers weren't even scoring that many points, and anyway, like my friend who's a Laker fan, he was like saying like, yeah, like the Clippers could have taken advantage of it, you know, could have gone up by like 20 at some point, you know. But I just saw like, you know, like the Lakers at the end pulled away, and it's like, you know, I guess, well, you know, it's just a life of a Clippers fan, you know. But like,
all right,
you know,
man.
Yeah, all right, see you, man. See you, bye.
Orlando, appreciate the phone call. Oh, you just hung up that quickly. 323, you're on Clipper Stock with Adam Moslem. What's up?
How you doing?
Not great. How are you? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm good. My name is my real name is Anthony, born and raised in Los Angeles, South Central, right down the street from where the sports arena and Clippers used to play. But I'm a Laker fan in general.
But you're a Laker fan.
All Laker fans, of course. All Laker fans are Clippers fans. We're just the brothers to the little brothers. Now,
I don't feel
Are we
like all
talking-
Lakers fans are Clippers fans. I got to be honest with you. In
they're
my
not
experience,
fans.
it has
They're
not
not-
felt like that.
Yeah, they're not fans, but it's a familiar family love and a bond.
It
But
does not
we
feel
are
like
the
that.
big brothers. No, listen, because we're the big brothers. And Clippers, you have to win. You have to perform because this is Los Angeles. So you have to be able to live up to the standards. How the last caller was talking about Kobe standards. Kobe standards aren't Kobe standards. It's Laker standards that the Mamba mentality was built upon. The Clippers, I love them. I'm very fond of them. I've been going to Clipper games since I was a little kid buying them for $7 in the nosebleeds and walking down to the bottom rows because there's nobody there. There has to be a level of commitment when it comes to the players that now want to perform for the city of Los Angeles in order for them to get the love that we, the Lakers.
All right, you're cutting in and out, but either way, I'm a little bit annoyed that the Clippers
Sorry about that.
the Clippers aren't looking for the Lakers' approval. They're doing their own
No,
thing.
no, they're not. But it's a Los Angeles mentality that we all try to carry, and it's not about them getting approval. It's about the players taking on the commitment to want to be better, play better, and live up to the standards of what Los Angeles likes to hold our teams to.
All right. Well, they've had 14 straight winning seasons. They haven't gotten a championship during that time, but it's something. And they've only had a real owner since 2014 when Steve Ballmer took over.
No, listen, I love Ballmer, and yes, you are correct. It's been winning seasons, but the players that they've been taking on and bringing them here, the culture with the Clippers organization isn't that of one where people are overly committed. Even when it comes down to the Paul George stuff, to the James Harden situation, to the Westbrook stuff in here, I can go way back to when we had us and Brand, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's always been a mentality that that the Clippers have never absorbed or adopted that would make them those lovable, heavily supported organization within Los Angeles that lives up to what Los Angeles is, right? Like we're not a regular organization. We're not the city of Los Angeles is not a regular city. We fight for the top city in the United States at any given moment between New York, Miami, and any other major city wants to compete. We have our standards. So as much as the Clippers have done to develop, and as much as I love Ballmer, there are those things that the players need to do that adopt that and that make that commitment.
What was your name again?
Anthony.
It's not Marcellus, as in Marcellus Wallace, because you apparently run LA and you're the gatekeeper of what's acceptable and what isn't. I'm just saying, Anthony, a lot of people are giving you a hard time in the chat. They're like, wait, what has he done? How does he the one that gets to philosophize about what it means to be a team in LA?
Hey, listen, I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. I can walk 7 minutes from where I grew up at to the sports arena the Clippers used to play. So I've been here my whole life. Even through the Laker era where we weren't nothing with Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Eldon Campbell. With the Clippers back when it was McCall and Elton Brand and Lamar Odom and we was developing and all that, it's always been love for the Clippers, but they can't take on that position like they just have that natural right to be loved by everyone when the players don't take on their commitment to be better. Man, you have to put in the hours and work and really try.
You don't think these guys work? You think that's the problem?
No, they don't. I'm gonna be honest with you because if I was a GM, if Paul George was working for me in any organization, you would not be doing podcasts while you're working for me. And if I'm bringing 3 homegrown products like James Harden,
a former Clipper represents every Clipper on the team. Like, come on, man.
Nah, but the culture shows to every person that comes through. You know what I'm saying? Like
Kawhi is one of the most maniacal worker that has had to come back from so many different injuries. I don't know.
Yeah, but checked out. Kawhi checked out a long time ago. He kind of lost the love for the game, and he's a great player.
Then why does he keep going back from injuries? Well, he could check out, but he hasn't. All right, I've had enough. I'm sorry. Clipper Edward, you've been holding on this long. Do you want to
Adam,
clean up anything Anthony said there?
Yeah, so just to continue off where I left off, I just feel like
that was 45 minutes ago. Wait, I don't remember that.
I know. So just bouncing off of the team, I feel like not just the team is the problem. I feel like it goes deeper. I feel like it goes down to even as deep as like the fans. I feel like a lot of the fans that I've heard call in are so nonchalant. Everybody's just riding the wave. Nobody's serious. when the Laker fans and Boston fans put pressure on the franchise makes changes and they win championships. And I feel like the problem with the Clipper fans is we suck up too much of this franchise that anything they give us, we're just happy to take it. I feel like Steve Ballmer needs to really put his foot down, or else this franchise is going to be in a deeper hole than we are now. I don't trust Lawrence Frank with the franchise's future. Again, he's already gambled on too many guys that haven't panned out, and if he was at any other franchise, he would have been gone.
Do you understand what I was talking about, though, with free TV? Their main objective is to having cap clear in 26 and 27, and he has done that.
I understand that, but my thing was it goes back before that. I feel like Adam, he was gonna re-sign Paul George to money that he wasn't even worth, and we lucked out because Paul George got greedy and went to the Sixers. If he would have re-signed Paul George, I don't even want to think of what kind of position we would be in right now, other than the position we are in right now. But I don't trust Lawrence Frank. And I mean, I just want to ask you a straight up question. Do you trust Lawrence Frank with the future? Yes or no?
I do, because he has the books clean for 2 max slots in 2027. And a lot of teams are trying to get to that point. He's already done it.
Adam, why would he give an injured player $50 million?
What are you talking about? Kawhi's last extension? Because they didn't have a better option. They don't have a better option.
Adam, they could have let him walk. Lawrence Frank could have had vision and re-signed somebody on the free market or traded.
But they were, here's the thing, they were already over the cap at that time. So it wasn't like if you didn't re-sign Kawhi, they would have had $50 million open up. That wasn't, like, you got to understand the cap.
Well, they could have traded him though for something.
What were they going to trade him for?
They could have traded. Honestly, I would have said just trade him for someone that's.
They weren't going to sign him and then trade him. They weren't going to do that. Maybe there's a move that happens now, but it wasn't going to happen at that time.
Problem though.
No, you're just being illogical. You're looking at it through today's lens. You're not looking at it at the time that they gave him the extension.
It's not today's lens though.
They were in the midst of their best run in franchise history in the regular season. They had won 26 out of 31 games. That is around the time Kawhi got his extension. So to act like, that was crazy to give him.
And then Kawhi got injured.
Okay, great. But that's to act like they shouldn't have given him the extension when they were going through the best regular season run in franchise history. That's just hindsight bias. I'm sorry.
I feel like they gave him the extension and they re-signed Harden, even though he did great for us last season, because they thought they were going to sell tickets. And it's like, no tickets are being sold. We still got the same amount of people coming to the games, and we're not any better. So my thing is, why continue to let Lawrence Frank dictate our future when he's already struck out 3 times?
Well, we'll see what happens with the front office, with everything right now, because the Clippers are 5-13. So I don't know what happens moving forward. But overall, I think he's done a solid job with the things he can control.
If I could just get one more message out to all the Clipper fans out there that are listening, it is time to put pressure on this franchise. And I don't want to go as far as to let's boycott, because I understand people want to go to the games. They want to enjoy the team. But it's just stop buying the merch that they're throwing at us. Stop putting extra money into this team's pocket. We have to really make them feel what we feel, or else there's never going to be any change. Stop with the nonchalant.
You just want change for the sake of change, though. Like, wanting change for the sake of change, I don't think is.
I want change because I want to see a championship before I die, and tomorrow's never promised, Adam.
You're expecting the change to do that. We all want that. But
you can't make things overnight. I understand that, but you can also make steps to process into progress, and we're not doing that.
Well, I would say we are because they have the cap room that I mentioned coming up. If you want to just completely ignore the fact that they have the books clean in 2027, then like okay, but that's kind of a big deal.
And that's great. And that's great. But who is he gonna bring to LA? Like his negotiation skills are not good. You see what he gave up. He gave up extra a pick to get John Wall. It's like I just like I don't understand.
What about
guys.
you remember what they gave up to get Norman Powell? You didn't think that was a good negotiation with Portland Trailblazers? You remember that?
That was a great deal, but But Portland Trailblazers were doing us a favor because Chauncey Billups, and they were also trying to clean the books.
Sure. So he can negotiate sometimes, but you won't give him credit because you think he was getting a deal. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm scared to put the franchise in his hands in the future again. It's just like I don't trust him, and I know a lot of Clipper fans out there don't trust him either.
Okay. Well, who's the GM then?
That's a Steve Ballmer thing.
Come on, man. You don't have a solution. You don't have a solution. You just want to fire people without having a solution.
I mean, if we're gonna do that, then I would just say bring up Jeff Van Gundy because he's been in the NBA for so long. He's been to the finals. He knows the ins and outs of basketball. He comes from a basketball family. Yeah. What's Lawrence Frank's track record?
So Jeff Van Gundy's gonna be the GM then. Okay, that's your solution. Okay.
I mean, if we're thinking about, because I mean, I'm not looking at, I don't know who's available. I don't know the GMs that are available right now.
Well, but that's my point. It's like just firing people for the sake of firing people without answers or without solutions doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It just sounds like you're angry.
I mean, the Mavericks fired Nico and they just moved somebody else up in the franchise.
Yeah, the assistant.
They just moved They just moved Michael Finley up to GM, and he's been around the franchise for a long time. So what I'm saying is, just move somebody up because we got to make a change.
So you want Trent Redden to be the GM, is what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, so you don't have a solution. I appreciate the phone call, but you compared it to the Mavs, and I gave you that comp. All right, let's hear from Coach Lou post game. I love Clipper Edward. I love you all, but I'm frustrated too. But it would be cool to have some good solutions here also. Blue post game. Here was Coach Lou post game.
Felt like you guys got the gains you needed from guys like John Collins, Chris Dunn offensively. Why wasn't that enough tonight?
Because we couldn't get stops. I thought, whatever we try to do with Luka, switch, fire, blitz, like he just picked us apart. It's just a tough cover. Just trying to, mix it up, show him different looks. But he's a great player, and he took advantage of everything we tried to do tonight. And but just seeing KD get going, see John Collins get going, that was good to see. I thought playing a small ball, like JC said, more screens, running the screens, I thought was really good for us and really effective. And we just got to continue to just keep building off that.
You've been struggling shooting the ball from three. I think it was 31% coming into this game. Was there anything in that first quarter you guys maybe could have done differently, or was he just, seeking out mismatches and was on a roll?
Say it again?
Was there anything you guys could have done differently, or was he just seeking out mismatches and got on a roll?
No, I think, just the penetration and getting into the paint and then making the right play. They were helping and loading up on James and Kawhi, just making a simple play. And he was a recipient of some, wide open threes.
Can Kawhi be the defender that you need him to be for his defense to get better?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that was a tough question from Law Murray. Can Kawhi be used as a defender that you need to get this defense better?
Can Kawhi be the defender that you need him to be for his defense to get better?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the time frame that you can have for him to take on some of those assignments where heads of snakes aren't going off? Like, it's all just moving
Yeah.
into the game.
I mean, I think,
yesterday?
yeah, I think when he gets healthy, I think when he gets healthy, 100%, and then also, when he's able to get his minutes up, I think it'll be better for him. But just getting his legs, only his second game back, and to put that kind of pressure on him, I think it'd be unfair, right now this early. So just let him get, 100% healthy, and then he will have to have some of that responsibility.
18 games in, you guys are 5-13. How does this get fixed?
How's it what?
How's it get fixed?
Well, I think it gets fixed by, the first 3 quarters we played, I thought was, really solid, basketball. And then things have been hurting us. We had a couple turnovers. We were up 1, had the ball, had a chance to go up, steal for a dunk, and then had a couple more of those, and then offensive rebounding. They hurt us about just going to the glass and us not being able to rebound in basketball. They got a lot of easy putbacks that really hurt us, especially when we had to lead up 1 and then just kind of snowball from there.
But what has to change for this script seems basically a nightly basis for you guys, where there's a couple quarters you guys play well, and then just unravels. Like, what has to change to where that doesn't happen?
Well, I mean, we got to play better. I mean, teams are better than we are right now. It's part of it, we got to continue, like JBG said before the game, play hard as hell, talk loud as, can't say that word, but we got to continue to do it. I thought our guys had the right intent and did it, and we got beat by a better team right now. They're playing at a high level, and we wasn't able to sustain like we've been having a problem, like you said, either third quarter or fourth quarter. We just kind of run out of gas.
So I know you guys have had guys in and out, but that's kind of been the story for you since you've been here, having to deal with shorthanded teams and guys in and out, and you've never been this far below 500 since you've been here. Just what has been the difference between this team and some of the teams in the past that have felt like we're able to, even early on in the season, kind of sustain that in and out that you guys have had to deal with at different times?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different this year. I think, in the past we've had, when Kawhi's been out, but we pretty much had the rest of the team, or PG's been out, we've had, pretty much the rest of the team. But, when you're missing, 4 key guys, it's just tough, because you got young guys playing, trying to figure things out and, trying to find their way. But, I mean, we're going to be okay. If we have the same intent and the way we played today for those first 3 quarters, we're going to be okay. So we just got to continue to keep building from there. And we'll be all right. We'll get back on track at some point.
Ty, for multiple seasons, it feels like you guys have been preaching about the rebound, but tonight it was particularly a rough, offensive rebounding night. What needs to be done, or what gets said? Because that's something that it's been so long that you guys have been preaching it. How does it get better?
Well, last year we preached it. We was number 1 in the league, in defensive rebounding. Coming to this year, like I said, pretty much the same personnel. We just got to do a better job of pursuing the basketball. Instead of crashing, 2 guys or 3 guys, now teams are crashing 4 and 5 guys. And so if everyone's not hitting and everyone's not in the right spot, we're going to give up offensive rebounds. And so that's kind of been the thing with us. Like, now we're hitting, but now we're not able to pursue the basketball. Or, long threes, we're coming in too far, now it's going over our heads, So just understanding playing the radius game as far as rebounding, carving out a radius where we can get the basketball. And we got to do a better job with that.
You tied the "we're going to be okay" message. We've heard you say some similar stuff like that. You talked about like PG out, Kawhi out, when it seemed unlikely. Like, how do you get a team to believe that?
Stay positive. Keep it going. We've been here before. And like I said, we haven't been this far down, but I do have confidence in this team that we will get on track. We need a couple wins. We got to string together, and get our guys playing the right amount of minutes, and things will change. Like, we have the right intent, doing things the right way, building, our foundation on both sides of the basketball, and things will get better. If we wasn't putting in the work and guys wouldn't, think we could win, or guys wasn't putting in the work, then it'd be something totally different. But they are, and we are, the coaches are. We're looking for all the answers, and we're playing young guys, trying to figure it out. And so, but I do, for me, like I said, I will be okay.
I like what you said there at the end. They're trying. They're leaving no stone unturned. But the Lakers are a better team right now. Orlando and Cleveland were better teams. Like, it's going to take some consistency with health and lineup patterns to get this thing pointed in the right direction. Memphis Grizzlies are not playing great basketball. Clippers have an opportunity to face them on Friday night at Intuit Dome. Just get it started with one win. One win back at home. It's a back-to-back. We'll see what's going to happen with Kawhi. 7 p.m. tip. We'll be back here at 6 p.m. on Friday. I'm Adam Osland. We will talk to you guys then. Happy Thanksgiving.